I know liberals aren't big on either history or thinking, but let me give you a quick little lesson here. Free speech is the absolute bedrock of Western civilization. Western civilization, the greatest civilization man has ever created, which comes from Greek civilization. When you read about the history, the most fundamental right is the right to express yourself freely. It's what differentiates this civilization from every other one that's come before us. The right to criticize those in power, whether it be a king, a prime minister, a president, is a historical outlier. It's never been the case that you can criticize the policies of your leadership until Greek civilization and then Western civilization made the right to free speech, the right as a free man to express yourself, fundamental to their law. And now in the UK, they've already struck it down. They're going to arrest 12,000 people this year for so-called free speech violations. Canada is attempting to pass the Online Harms Act, which would have citizens facing house arrest for pre-crimes. You can be reported to something called the Digital Safety Commission and sentenced to house arrest and an ankle bracelet just for that report if the 10 bureaucrats on the board deem you a significant enough threat. You can also face lifetime imprisonment for so-called incitement to genocide and long prison terms for fomenting detestation or vilification. Are you effing kidding me? The liberals have already done absolutely everything they can to destroy this country in the past decade. We cannot let free speech go away in this country, or Canada's is finished. It is time to stand up and say absolutely not. If you look at what's happening in the world right now, UK just passed a law. Australia is trying to pass a similar law. Canada's, a lot of Western countries are. Thank God there are some American politicians in the UK speaking up against the UK laws, which we'll see they approximate 12,000 people in prison this year. And silence. One of the scariest things about the law is not that people actually go to prison, though that's terrible. It's the fact that they are trying to silence people. And don't get it twisted. The exact reason they're doing this is because they don't want you to have the right to criticize immigration. That's exactly it. That's what they're going after in the UK. They do not want you to be able to criticize the fact that in Canada, we have allowed 8 million people into this country in the past decade. It has ravaged our economy, ravaged our culture. Our streets are shut down every day with protesters from the Middle East, crazy people screaming who they let in. And the government wants to tell you, shut the hell up. There's absolutely nothing you can do about this. Shut your damn mouth. In Canada, 75% of people say enough to the goddamn immigration, yet they continue to allow hundreds of thousands of people to pour into the country because our leadership hates us. It's all cloaked in this woke virtue signaling bullshit. We need to say enough is enough. The liberals have done absolutely everything they can to destroy this once great country in the past years. As I said, free speech is the absolute bedrock of Western civilization. We cannot allow them to attack that. It is our time to stand up and say no. Mark Carney is a puppet of the WF, Davos global elite interests, who just view this as a piece of land to make money on. But Canadians are going to say hell no to this plan to shut the citizenry up. Like I said, if you don't like immigration, you better shut your damn mouth, or you bet your last dollar. I've already had 2 TikTok accounts taken down with 20,000 followers. And the stuff that I say compared to the stuff that I see screamed in our streets every day with police escorts isn't even comparable. Our government is in Canada. We think we live in a democracy. We're getting more and more authoritarian every day. It's time to put our foot down. If you're interested in supporting me, hit the link in my bio, getting the Canada First Party going, get some gear, support me. We need to get out in the street and get rallies going, because otherwise there's not a shot in hell the government's going to listen to us. Mark Carney's barely ever in this country, spent his entire adult life outside of Canada. So yeah, support and say hell no to Bill C-63, the so-called Online Harms Act, which is an attack on our most fundamental right as Canadians.